Today we're talking about credit unions. I'm going to be telling you what that is, what the pros and cons are, and how you might be able to get a bigger social bang for your buck by banking with a credit union. So what is a credit union? A credit union is an alternative to a big bank, but it's members owned as a financial cooperative and is much more focused on community development. Because of their ownership structure and the fact that they're much more community-based, credit unions tend to be a little bit more social than the big banks. Both credit unions and regular banks use something called a reserve ratio. So for this example, I'm going to use 10%, which means if you deposit $1,000 with them, they have to withhold $100. But they're allowed to loan out that extra $900 wherever they choose. So it's that $900 that makes credit unions a little bit more social than the banks. Because of their mandate for local community development, your $900 is much more likely to be put and invested in the community rather than a big bank, which is loaning out your $900 trying to make a bigger profit. So if you're thinking about banking with a credit union, wait just 1 second and you can hear my pros and the cons of doing that. Pro number one is that there's similar banking fees. You're not really paying more money to bank with a credit union. So pro number two, similar services. You can get checking accounts, savings accounts, credit cards, lines of credits, TFSAs, RRSPs, you name it, you got it. They're the same as a bank that way. Pro number three, deposit insurance. Generally, your deposits at a credit union are protected up to $100,000 by the province, but you want to make really sure of that because con number one, you can put that in there that I've been watching too much Star Trek. I'm not ashamed of who I am. Con number one, your deposits aren't protected by the CDIC. See my bite-sized CDIC episode. Con number two, less access to branches and ATMs. Unfortunately, there's less places to actually go to get your money, but there is this thing called AccuLink which tries to link up so you can, even if you bank with one credit union, you can still use the ATM of another, but generally speaking, you just have less ATMs all around. Con number three, credit unions tend to be a bit slower on technology than banks. They tend to be lagging with online banking and apps. Credit unions can be a wonderful alternative to conventional banking, but just make sure that being a member at a credit union suits your lifestyle. So how important do you think it is for credit unions and banks to support local communities? Let me know in the comments below. So subscribe if you like credit, or if you like unions, or if you like credit unions, or if you like supporting local communities, banking, and don't know what the CDIC is.